My name is Galileo Galilei. I was an Italian scientist and scholar. I made pioneering observations that laid the foundation for modern physics and astronomy. I was born in February 1564 in Pisa in the Duchy of Florence, Italy. I was the first of 6 children born in Viceno Galilei, a well-known musician and music theorist. Anguilla Manati. In 1574, my family moved to Florence, where I started my formal education at the Camalodense monastery in Vallambrosa. In 1583, I entered to the University of Pisa to study medicine. I armed with high intelligence and talent. I soon became fascinated by many subjects, particularly mathematics and physics. While at Pisa, I was exposed to the Aristotelian view of the world. When the leading scientist authority and the only sanctioned by the Roman Catholic Church at first, I support this view. Like any other intellectual of this time, and was on track to be an I was on track to be an university professor. However, due to financial difficulties, I left the university in 1585 before earning my degree. I continued to study mathematics, supporting myself with minor teaching positions. During this time, I began my 2-decade study on objects in motion and published The Little Balance, describing the hydrostatic principles of weighing small quantities, which brought me some fame. This gained my teaching post at the University of Pisa in 1589. I construct these fabulous experiments with falling objects and produce my manuscript to Motu on motion. A departure from Aristotelian views about motion and falling objects, I developed an arrogance about my work, and my strident criticism of Aristotle left me isolate among my colleagues. In 1592, my contract with the University of Pisa was not renewed. Quickly, I found a new position at the University of Padua, teaching geometry, mechanism, and astronomy. The appointment was for Nitoran, for my father died in 1591, leaving me entrusted with the care of my younger brother, Michelangelo. During my 18 years tenure at Padua, I gave entertaining lectures and attracted large crowds of followers, further increasing my fame and my sense of mission. In 1604, I published operations of the geometrical and military compass, revealing my skills with entertainments and practical technological applications. I also construct an hydrostatic balance of measuring small objects. These developments brought me additional income and more recognition. That same year, I defined my theories on motion and falling objects and developed the university law of acceleration, which all objects in the universe obey. I'm old, I'm sorry. I began to express openly my support of the Copernican theory that the Earth and planets revolve around the Sun. This challenged the doctrine of Aristotle and established order set by the Catholic Church. I tell you, I'm old. In July 1609, I learned about the simple telescope built by the Dutch eyeglass makers, and I soon developed one of my own. In August, I demonstrated some Venetian merchants how I saw its value of supporting ships and gave me a salary to manufacture several of them. However, my ambition pushed me to go further, and in the fall of 1609 I made the fateful decision to turn my telescope towards the heavens. In March 1610, I published a small booklet, The Starry Messenger, I remember, revealing my discoveries that the moon was not flat and smooth, mm-mm, but a sphere with mountains and craters. I found Venus had phases like the moon, proving it rotates around the sun. I also discovered Jupiter had revolving moons, which didn't revolve around the Earth. Soon I began mounting a body of evidence that support the Copernican theory and contradict Aristotle and church doctrine. In 1612, I published my discourse on bodies in water, refuting an Aristotelian explanation of why objects float in water. I'm gonna die soon, I'm sorry. What I was telling you, my child? Oh yes, I made my discourse on body of water, refuting the Aristotelian explanation of why objects float in water, saying that it was because of their flat shape. But instead of weight of the object in relation of the water it displaces. In 1613 I published my observation of sunspots, which further refute Aristotelian doctrine that the sun was perfect. That same year I wrote a letter to a student to explain how Copernican theory did not contradict biblical passages, stating that scripture was written from an earthly perspective and implied that the scientists prove a different, more accurate perspective. The letter was made public and church inquisitions consultants pronounced Copernican theory heretical in 1616. I was ordered not to hold, teach, or defend in any manner the Copernican theory regarding the motion of the earth. I obeyed the order for 7 years, partly to make life easier and partly because I was devout Catholic. But in 1623, one of my friends, Cardinal Maffeo Barbeni, was selected as Pope Urban VIII. He allowed me to pursue his work on astronomy and even encouraged him to publish it, on condition it will be objective and not advocate Copernican theory. In 1632, I published a dialogue concerning the two chief world systems, a discussion among three people, one who supports Copernicus' heliogenetic theory of the universe, one who argues against it, and one who is impartial through I claim dialogues was neutral. It was a clear knot. The advocate of Aristotle and belief comes across as the simpleton, getting caught in my own arguments. Church reaction against the book I published. The Inquisition proceeding last from September 1632 to July 1633. During most of this time, I was treated with respect and never impressioned. However, in a final attempt to break me, I was threatened with torture and I finally admit I had a support, the Copernican theory. My achievements were correct. I was convinced of heresy and spent my remaining years under house arrest. So sad. I died in Arcetri near Florence, Italy on July 8 in 1642 after suffering from a fever and heart palpitations. But in time the church couldn't deny the truth in science. In 1758, it left the ban on most works supporting Copernican theory and by 1835 dropped its opposition to heliocentrism altogether. So, technically, I born in February 1564 in Pisa, Italy. I was a mathematics professor who made pioneering observations of nature with long-lasting implications for the study of physics. I also construct a telescope and support the Copernican theory, which supports a sun-centered solar system. I was accused twice of heresy by a church and my beliefs and wrote books on my ideas. I died in Acerto, Italy on January 8 in 1642.